10 reasons why I am going back, my wife and I are going back to the Philippines. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Gilsar Vergara once again with Dumaguete and I'm about to head out to go train some of my fighters because they're going to be fighting next month, so I got to get them ready. I wanted to make a quick video about the top 10 reasons why my wife and I are moving back to the Philippines, specifically Dumaguete. So hopefully somebody will find this and be encouraged to visit at least Dumaguete, because from my experience, Dumaguete, it's very different compared to the rest of the Philippines. There are a lot of beautiful places in the Philippines. You know, we have 7,107 islands. So if you can afford the time one day in your life to visit most of them, that would be amazing. I would definitely envy you. Number 10 on my list is I love being there. I just love being there. The atmosphere, the environment. I just love being there. Obviously, that's a very broad answer. So as we go on, I'll get more specific. Number 9, we want a change of environment because I have been back in New York for now coming on 6 years now. And my wife, she never wanted to come here at first. You know, she just wanted to, stay in the Philippines. We got married, just wanted to stay in the Philippines, but it didn't work out that way because of family issues. So I had to come back here for that. Along that time, I told her, why don't you become a citizen here? So it'll be a lot easier for us to move around when we have to go to like Europe or, South America maybe in the future and, other parts of Asia. Being an American citizen does help to that degree, from my experience. I just wanted to get out the rat race because since I came back to America and my wife came a year later, we've just been working. You're talking about 16 to 18-hour days minimum for the past 6 years. Been saving, investing, and we have accumulated enough assets for now that I believe that it's time to slow down a little bit. We don't have kids yet, so, moving forward, progressively looking to build a family. One thing my father taught me was to bust my ass. That's it. Just work. Do it while I'm young, while I'm strong. I'm going to hustle. And, being from New York, you learn that as well. A lot of New Yorkers know what it is to hustle, to be in the daily grind. That moves me on to number 8, which is I want to explore the Philippines. I left the Philippines when I was 3 years old, so I've been in America ever since. And in between that time, I was here. I went to school there, like many other Filipinos do, to save money. And my father threatened to kick me out the house because I wasn't a goody two-shoe kid, I want to explore the Philippines more. It's my mother country. Like I said, I got 7,107 islands. Number 7, which is a perfect segue for number 8, is that I want to learn all the diverse cultures that are in the Philippines. Philippines is very culturally diverse. Even before the Spanish came, the Arabs were there, Indian, you have Chinese influence, you have a lot of influences there. So I'm very into history, so I wanted to explore that that part of my life, that Filipino culture. So many dialects. There's still some indigenous tribes there. I wish the Philippine government would do more to preserve that, because it's for me it's bad that people lose their culture. I have so many friends here in America that come from wonderful places. They can't speak the language. However, that worked out. They know nothing about their culture, and some of them are fortunate enough to actually take that step and actually try to get involved and immerse themselves in their culture, which is amazing. Anybody that can do that, I applaud you for that. Which goes into number 6, the weather. It's always tropical. There's only 2 seasons, wet and dry. And when it's wet, you got little monsoons here and there, but put a little smile on your face right afterwards, you'd be good. I do have back problems. I guess I had a very bad accident a few years back. I fell off a balcony. From 30 feet, fell off a balcony into a cement parking lot. Didn't do good for my back. So when it's cold here in New York, I really feel it. On top of the injuries I attained from the years of fighting, training, my hands, it's a lot of stuff. So from my experience, when I'm in the Philippines, I don't really feel the aches and pains. Maybe it's all in my mind. I don't know. Stress can play a lot of games with you, I love my motorcycle, so the weather allows me to drive the majority of the year. I try my best not to drive in rain, I try my best not to do that, but the majority of the year I can drive my motorcycles, and it's just amazing. Which leads me into number 5, my motorcycles. I love you. My wife can tell you, I love motorcycles. Ever since I was a kid. I wasn't fortunate enough, my father didn't give me a motorcycle when I was a child. Probably get myself in real bad trouble. But when I went to the Philippines, I actually started riding motorcycles. So I first started with, it was a 200cc Chinese bike. It was my first introduction to a clutch bike. So, and it was a standard bike, and it was a great experience. I love the freedom, just the adrenaline rush of going, which is not fast, you know, it was probably, the fastest it goes probably 70 miles an hour. But 70 miles an hour on a motorcycle, on two wheels, it's a different feeling than being on four wheels. I'll tell you that much. And then I graduated into, you know, bigger bikes, bigger displacements. The bigger CC bikes, you can't really drive into town. You know, it's more long runs, and I use them for track days. So I ended up purchasing a Ninja 250. It's the 250 engine, fuel injected, with the 300 body that's out here in America. Number 4 are the people. I have yet to travel throughout the rest of the Philippines. The Filipinos in general, very nice people, very just welcoming. That's how I met my wife, beautiful woman, beautiful attitude. Living in Dumaguete, it's the people there are amazing. I believe that's what sells the island or the town, because you know, obviously the Dumaguete. Many of you don't know, the Dumaguete is known for the city of gentle people. So. Go figure. There are a few dickheads from time to time. A few snobs. What can you do? You know, everything can't be perfect. But in general, I love being around there. The environment, the energy that many of the people give off, it's very hard to replace. You know, and coming from here in New York, where, especially if you're in the city, from my experience, sometimes it's literally like everyone has a, what's that thing they put on the horses? The tunnel vision thing. So everybody, you know, my experience when I used to work in the city, everybody just focus on what they got to do. I'm not a city person anyway, so maybe that's from my perspective and stuff like that. You can give me yours, you know, through the comments below and stuff like that. Number 3 is I eat healthier in the Philippines. I can also eat healthy here, right? Anybody can pretty much eat healthy here. However, in the Philippines, I'm in control of what I eat, basically. Like I said, I live on a farm, so I plant everything. Whether it's my eggplants, my tomatoes, my corn, everything. Pepper, onions, whatever. And anything I can't purchase, I purchase from the local market, which is very fresh. If I can't get that, I can always go to another part of the island where everything is really fresh. Before they reach the market, I go there. When it comes to meats, I'm not a big pork or red meat eater. I do eat goat from time to time, which I love. I generally eat fish and chicken. All the poultry I have is it's because I raise chicken. It's all free range. We have friends that are fishermen, so they would call us and they would bring it to us, and we can purchase, we can barter, we can trade. So generally speaking, I eat a lot healthier. Me having one kidney now after donating, I'm more aware of how I approach my eating habits. I ate healthy before. It wasn't such a big transition for me, but now I'm more aware of how much salt I take, how much water I drink, staying hydrated. I really truly believe in that saying, health is wealth. So I have to really, I try my best to focus on eating clean food, very natural, organic food. This is why it's so high on my priorities as far as why I'm moving back to the Philippines, because of the food that I can eat. Number 2, one of the top reasons why I am going home, and second on my list, is because of the opportunities I can gain from there, on top of the expansion I want, and I want to develop some of the properties I do have. I'm moving into the hospitality space. The money I can generate over there and the capital I have generated there, and now I believe it's time to invest now. And when I came here, whatever money I had, my wife and I are very frugal, so we didn't go out, we didn't do any of the things that I guess normal people do. We're very frugal. We spent when we needed to spend. The majority of my money I just invested back home and to expand the businesses that I have. And, you know, it worked out well for me. You know, I'm not where I want to be in business. There's a number and goals I do want to reach. I'm nowhere near there. My policy is I'm very frugal. I'm not big on the credit thing because, you know, it's for me personally, I'll probably get some haters, is that it's almost like an illusion of wealth. It's a false sense of wealth sometimes. And I know America, you cannot live in this country and live a, I guess, productive life without having credit. But sometimes people bite off more than they can chew. And whether you like to admit it or not, I'm sure you know somebody that cannot afford the car they drive in, truly afford the house that they live in, and just making ends meet. And it's sad that it's sad. If something were to happen, then, you wonder, like, what happened? I thought you had all this. I thought you had all that. Why aren't you more financially stable? And because I approach business and life with a frugal mindset, I look to spend when it's concerning the value to price ratio. I try my best to purchase things that have value, whether what name brand it is, from clothes to cars, whatever. And that's how I live. And my house renovations are paid in cash. I just don't want to loan money from the bank, especially in my businesses, because when you have a mortgage, you don't really truly own your house. Well, I mean, to play devil's advocate, anywhere in the world, from what I know, if it's a world where there's infrastructure, you generally don't own your house anyway, because try not to pay property tax and see what the government does to you. That's just on a side note there. My dollar is a lot stronger over there, depending on the things that I invest in, which is more than likely livestock, real estate, and, a little bit of lending here and there. Number one reason why my wife and I are moving back to the Philippines is because, like I said in the beginning of the video, my wife and I don't have kids as of yet. It's time to focus more on family now. I don't know where my investment's going to go. Who am I going to will them to? God willing, it'll be massive how I expect it to be. That's my dreams and stuff. I mean, what's the point of working so much if you have nobody to leave it to? Or, I can't transfer my skills or my knowledge to anyone. You know what I'm saying? I can always transfer my skills and knowledge to my nephews and my nieces, and I see them as my kids as well. But, I do want something that's coming from my wife and I, and that would be very nice. I believe it's time just to, pump the brakes a little bit, and just now focus on that, and then, because the business is going to be there. The business is always there. And we've gotten to the point where generating enough income where we can survive over there, and more than survive. And now it's time to just focus on the family. Once again, I want to thank you for lending me your ears, giving me, hopefully, post-edit, it'll be 5 minutes of your life, and hopefully people can give me some issues to talk about, because I love talking. That's my wife said that's my biggest problem. I love to talk. That's the phone ringing. That's my sign to get out of here. I got to go to work. Please subscribe, like the video, comment. I appreciate it. Take care. Thank you for landing on this page. I greatly appreciate it. For whatever reason you landed on.